Welcome back. Welcome back to another video. We will be doing an excursion looking for jewelry today. We're walking into Goodwill, but shortly we will walk into Value Village. Every day is a hunt for me, trying to find jewelry that I can resell, love, or share. This one had an array, beautiful jewelry today. I found some incredible items at this particular Goodwill. I was totally surprised and quite delighted by some of the things that I saw. This looked like a homemade piece, or what I like to call a project piece, but it had wonderful gemstones. Now, what I've noticed in some of the Goodwills lately is they are doing one price for all. So these necklaces were priced, I believe, at $6.99 a piece. So that caused me to be a little bit discriminate about what I was going to choose. That's a pretty high price, and that really shrinks my margin quite a bit for resale, because I never know whether I'm going to get a high price for it. If I put it up on eBay at auction, I may start it low, as I believe most auctions should start low, or whether I'll do a buy it now. And again, the market dictates the price, so I have to be very discriminate about it. But I did find some wonderful items there, including that piece. That was a wonderful piece there. It had a piece of chalcedony and Native American inspired, quite beautiful. I am inspecting the bangles quite a bit more now. I really feel that I have been neglecting the wonderful world of Bakelite, and I feel that I have definitely found some without even thinking about it. And lately I'm just really intrigued by it, so I'm definitely buying the bags of bangles. Sometimes those are available. This is a beautiful statement piece. It was all pearls. And then, of course, your classic archaeological revival, Egyptian revival pieces are always popular. I did leave that one behind. I felt it was a little lightweight for my taste. This was an interesting piece. It actually had an ichthys inside of it. And it was some kind of resin or acrylic bound piece. Lots of beautiful things that day. These shark teeth, I don't know, I left that behind. I really was intrigued by this one. I thought it was milk glass, but now on second thought, I think it could be celluloid, I believe it is. It was a really interesting piece. I liked it quite a bit. Looking through those bangles again, didn't pick this one up. I just didn't quite like the way it fit, but it was a nice piece regardless. It kind of matched that necklace. And then the enamel bangles, I always inspect those thoroughly. Many times they turn out to be gold. This is a stretch, but it is wood, and the wood jewelry has a good following. So pick those up when you can, when you feel they're unique. This was a nice little memory coil. I did pick that one up. It has shell and pearls, and it was quite pretty. Again, this Goodwill was loaded with jewelry of all kinds. That right there is their pink tags. That's usually their sterling, but in most of the Goodwills they do price them a little high. They identify them as sterling, and sometimes they really overprice them. There's that beautiful deco amber. I knew immediately what it was, but I set it aside for a second just to look through the tray, because I don't know if you've run into the same problem, but many times other customers will come by and they'll start picking at the tray that you have been waiting to look through. And I hate to have confrontations, but I think it's really extremely rude when they do that. But more than that, you really can lose out on some pieces that someone will come and snatch. So I really try and get through the boxes as quickly as I possibly can, not to mention the fact that I have to get the clerk's attention, and he's busy checking people out, running the cash register, so I try and get everything done as quickly as possible. And again, that was a fabulous deco amber necklace. You may have seen it in my haul. A lot of these things have appeared in my hauls, but I'm trying to get these videos out as closely to the hauls as possible, and preferably prior. I did pick up quite a few earrings from this tray. I believe they were all $4, which is kind of high as well. Those are the blue ones I picked up for that fabulous necklace. You may be wondering about that money on the cash register. Someone did not have enough to pay for the items, but the manager put in the rest of it to pay for it. They was quite nice to the lady that had about $2 or $3 short. These were beautiful pink earrings. You saw them. I referred to them as the colors of India. I still pick up Christmas jewelry, believe it or not. It sells all year round. pearls, pearls, pearls. Those are very, very Chanel. I had to get those. Those are amazing and beautiful. I think they were clips, but I do not discriminate against clips. They sell very well online. These are Napier. These are the ones I showed you that are red at the front, backed with abalone. I think it really added to the rich color of that red. Just amazing. Snowflake earrings, really pretty crystals in there. And the rest were just kind of mediocre costume, but look through every single piece. You just never know. I even found some Robert Lee Morris signed sterling pieces in one of those little trays. So don't leave anything unturned. These coil bracelets, I do love the way they look. They are troublesome to put on sometimes, though, so I don't always pick those up. I adore this beautiful statement bracelet cuff. I did pick that one up. That one's still available. I did bring it to auction. It did not sell, but I think it's lovely. It looks fantastic on, again, just one of those pieces that will be your statement piece for the evening. You need not wear anything else as far as necklaces, maybe a pair of earrings when you put that on. This was that, what is that? Lane Bryant. Lovely piece. I really like that necklace. I definitely picked that one up. I could not stop spinning this ring. It was a little statement ring that articulated black crystals. I went back a couple of weeks. It was still there, and I still didn't buy it. Went back again, and it was gone. Finally, someone picked it up. But I did find a fabulous ring here among these stretchies, which was a beautiful horseshoe style abalone ring. I did sell that already, so I definitely made my money 10 times back on the entire haul of this thrift excursion just on that one ring. So every single ring deserves to be looked at. That one is also sterling. I didn't pick that one up, but it was pretty. And again, that tray, I think all of the rings were about $5. $3.99, $4.99, I forget. And different Goodwills have them at different prices. They're all starting to do that one price for all, though, lately. And I, of course, look through all of them. You never know which ones will do well. That one is the sterling abalone horse saddle design. Did I say horseshoe? Horse saddle design. I've always loved the seashell necklaces. I think they're so delicate and pretty. These were full seashells, not just chips, so they were quite interesting. And I didn't pick it up, but I really liked it. I almost did pick that up. These are those wraparound watches. These were very popular late 80s, I believe. We're back now. Now we're at Value Village. Value Village is hit or miss. I used to find wonderful jewelry at this store. I would find wonderful James Avery, sterling. They started getting some people to really scrutinize the jewelry, so they are definitely a little higher now, and you really have to turn over every piece to find anything. Of course, I'm scouting for Bakelite bangles, looking in every nook and cranny here, and for some reason they keep them behind the counter, and these aren't even reachable, so I had to ask the lady to help me. I didn't know what that was. That looked kind of industrial. I didn't know if it was broken. Let me know if you know what that is. Does something go on top of it? But I do like the brass cuff. I am really into the brass jewelry these days, and I love orange. Orange, yellow, neon orange, neon yellow, and neon green are things you want to pick up right now. They're doing quite well online. People love them in everything from jewelry to clothing, so I'm definitely picking those up. But I also found some crystals here. These were nice. I did pick up a few things. They have a great counter, huge array display selection of jewelry. I kind of just eyed the rings there on the hands. I didn't see anything that looked even a little bit interesting on there, but I always make sure I'd get a really good view of every single piece in that rack on that particular shelf, because you just never know what might be a studio piece, what might be a vintage piece that still garners quite a bit of attention. The wood pieces do well. The long lariat necklaces are an eye catcher as well. And then I found a gemstone green. I thought it was serpentine. I'm not quite sure what it was. It felt cold and beautiful. You let me know what you think it is. But it's got very, very interesting matrix on it. It also was accented with crystals. Really love that. And of course, I felt how cold that was. That was quite a pretty one. I don't pick up the statement necklaces too much individually. They still come in my bags and they still sell for me if I price them right. That's an abalone cuff, and that's alpaca. This particular store had a box full of sterling, but their prices were outrageous. I think they wanted close to $70 for that bracelet. That was a sterling bracelet, so it was definitely worth it for individual consumption, but I am shopping as a reseller, and there is no way I would have much room for that one at that price. Even these tiny rings were $20. That bracelet was $60. And this ring, what was that, $28? Quite a bit, or $8, I don't know. It was just, you can see the tag on there. And it was a nice style, but I just can't afford to pay those prices and then turn around and resell them. That was a gorgeous piece there. Very lovely piece of abalone. And I don't often see abalone like that. This is a new trend I've seen quite a bit. I believe they're calling this, what is it, porcelain or ceramic jewelry. They wanted an arm and a leg for that particular piece. It was quite nice, but no way could I even pay that at a retail market. I don't even think it's priced competitively at all. I could probably have purchased that other ring for half that price. That ring also was quite expensive. This one's beautiful. I didn't know what that stone was. It was $30, but it looked kind of like jade. What do you think that is? I really love the blackened patina that one took on, but I did not buy it. It was a little bit too expensive. The watches, I'm always picking up the antique watches to take a good look at them. Look for those marks, not just on the back of the face. That's not where you're going to find the karat gold. You'll usually find the karat gold mark on the hinges of the band or on the side of the watch. And of course, the band often is not gold, but the watch face can be, and vice versa. So be sure and look all around for that. Remember, the price of gold used to be very reasonable, so every housewife had a gold watch. Every woman in the 60s, 50s could afford to buy themselves a gold watch, pretty much. These class rings do well, especially if they're gold, but even sterling, and I think they do rhodium, they do a plating as well. People collect these on eBay, so be sure and pick those up if you can pick them up at a good price. This was not at a good price. I believe it was about $30. And it said Spelman High School. I think that was in another state as well. But if that would have been $10 or so, maybe even $20, I might have picked that up. This one was outrageous. I think they wanted $60 for that. Those are $40 all day long at the department stores. So I did not pick that one up. This was beautiful. I think that was what is that? Peterite, or like that petrified. Petersite, I think that's what that was. This I really inspected well. I thought it was James Avery. James Avery does quite well at any simple design. It will be hallmarked with the word Avery or with a candelabra and the initials JA, as well as 925 or sterling on it. That was not, and they still wanted $20, so I definitely passed on that one. But James Avery is one you always want to look for, even in the simplest designs such as that band. I perused the earrings just to see if I saw any sterling. There was some sterling among them, but again, they were all priced in the $20 range, and it was not anything that I could afford. Of course, I'm looking for vintage as well. Anything that can catch my eye as far as design. You want to look for milk glass, you want to look for pearls, and of course modernist designs, simple lines, geometric aesthetics are always from the modernist school, so you want to look for that kind of thing while you're perusing these Indeed, don't forget to look at every single item in there. This is the fabulous deco necklace, worth so much more than I paid for it. I absolutely adore it. Don't forget to subscribe and come back soon.